Are we live? Test mic, test mic. Test mic, test, test, test. What is happening? Hey, is it working down on your end? I can't see. For some reason I've got no feed. I've got no live. I can't see anything. Sorry guys, I've had internet problems, internet troubles. I'm trying to get it sorted out if you can hear me. Are we there? Are we there? Can we see? Can we hear? Let's have a look. I think I got a bit of a delay. Sorry about that. From what I can see. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully people can see me and hear me. If you are, welcome to the studio, welcome to the channel. We're doing a live today, going over a few things with a lot of different things really. I've got a custom build going for the custom Battlefield 6 launch that just happened yesterday, 2 AM in the morning. And also FLASHFORGE Prime sale. They've got an exclusive promo with the AD5X and the 5 Pro series. So yeah, that's a really big thing because they've got a really big sale on that, and I've been fortunate enough to have FLASHFORGE. Not only did they provide the AD5X for me to do an unbiased independent review, but they helped me out with some materials to help me start and print the enclosure, which I've just finished a piece that I'm just about to pop off the build plate, and I'll get the other piece started while we're having a chat and working our way through it so that we can see how we go while we're doing it. So I'll do that while everyone's waiting to queue up, and hopefully the stream catches up with itself. And while that's happening, we'll get it going again. So basically the whole thing, you can see on the screen there, I'm just about to get rid of that so I can see, got the YouTube channel up. There we go. So you can see from there, we've got two options for our build concept. So you can see on the left, on the right of our screen, we've got a camouflage. Pretty much I've got the lava enclosure from the FLASHFORGE AD5X, and we've got a lava enclosure for the FLASHFORGE that they released, the custom enclosure option. And what I've done is I've converted that into a Battlefield 6 camouflage military themed enclosure, which I think is going to be pretty awesome. There's a lot of Battlefield 6, Battlefield people fans out there, a lot of gaming enthusiasts out there as well, and a lot of gaming enthusiasts that 3D print. So that said, with the AD5X being a multicolour printer, it does really benefit from having an enclosure, meaning that not just with printing temperature sensitive materials, but obviously with having the enclosure, you then get the option of having the extraction fan system. You can mount an auxiliary side fan or auxiliary blower fan, which then enables you to speed up your printing process because you have an assisted cooling fan for your layering and extruding fan, just like your enclosed Core XY printers from other developers and companies. So that is really one of the key benefits of having an enclosure on an open frame printer, is you actually get more benefits of speed and quality when you do have an enclosure. Now, as you can see, there's the AD5X enclosure there. I did plan on having some big wall components done. Unfortunately, with the outage I had the other day, I had a network outage. I couldn't send files to the printers. I was trying to do manual USB swapping, and there was too many issues going on. So that didn't happen, but I do have a lot of things that I've printed. I've got the, which I'll pan around very soon. I'm doing, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to let the viewers decide. I was going to do an hour, live today, but I might extend it and run it out to an hour and a half, depending on how many people we get, and so forth. So I was trying to get it to run through Facebook, but for some reason it wouldn't let me do it. So I might just send that link out anyway through Facebook and get that going so we can promote that one along as well. Wrong one. We'll get that going, and that way we can get more in here as well, because yeah, I was unable to get that going. So copy link. I'll just push that through into the Facebook feed and get that going as well. And yeah, that'll be really good. Where are we? Share the groups. Yeah, why not? We'll share that right now. And yeah, hopefully we get a lot of people joining us, and we can talk about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And yeah, all right. So that's now posted. All right. What I'll do also as well is we've got some special promos with the AD5X as well. FLASHFORGE have given me the opportunity to not only give my viewers and subscribers an exclusive promo discount, but on top of it, it can be double stacked, and that's right, so double stacked promo on top of the existing Prime sale. So the Prime sale, they've got on their Australian website for FLASHFORGE. I'm pretty sure it's still on the US one, as well as the Amazon stores as well. But basically with their FLASHFORGE site, you're already getting a huge discount on the whole 5 series of FLASHFORGE Core XY printers, and then with that coupon you can then jump into that coupon, and I will type it in my phone now for the exclusive discount, so you can double stack it, which I said I would put in for people who viewed this live. So for that reason I'm going to post it now, and that is Crizs 3D. Now all the where are we? All the links for the Amazon Prime sale links are in the description below. So you can go ahead if you're interested and you've been looking for an entry-level Core XY printer that can do multicolor, 4 colors to start off with. If you compare it to, say, the Bamboo Labs A1 Mini or A1, that's a 4-color printer. You can increase it, obviously, but then that's obviously extra on top. But honestly, for 4 colors for a lot of people is more than enough. So, you know, double stack promo, which is going to go live right now. And I'll pin that one to the top. Replace, there we go. So that's pinned. So basically now, if you watch this live and you want to buy yourself a printer, Core XY entry level, or a great budget entry level quality printer, get yourself an AD5X or a 5M. I've got the Lakers edition I built earlier. You can check that video out on my channel. I've got that where I do a reveal on the Lakers edition on the 5M series. That was pretty cool. I did a Lakers logo, purple, yellow. It was a really, really cool concept. And yeah, so basically jump on the links below. Also includes accessories. You can get yourself, I think this is normally $99 and it's reduced to, I think, either $74 or $69, which is an absolute bargain. This is the enclosure that I'll be using to build what's on screen. Comment below if you see, whether you watch this live now. Unfortunately, I probably would have got, you know, more viewership if I hadn't have rescheduled the live originally, but that's just unfortunate. But hopefully we get a few jump in. But yeah, if you watch this live afterwards, comment below whether on screen you think we should go with the red, grey, black camouflage design. It also includes an M4 assault rifle. We've got a mortar Battlefield 6 shell that's going to be mounted to the side corner section. So the way the enclosure works is the full left side panel of the FLASHFORGE AD5X is a full camouflage sequence panel. It comes in 6 pieces, so you have 4 pieces that fill in the existing frame and another 2 that mount on top. Then you have your support railings that go up the side, and then your top section as well, and that gets filled in with acrylic paneling. So those panels here, you get the full kit with the instructions. It's a really, if you get it on sale, it's a really cheap way to get a full enclosed printer. They're the panels, they come pre-cut, ready to go, and basically all you do is you just drop them in as you print your components. Now, for those people in the past, I know from the 5M series have said, you know, should I use PLA, PETG materials, ABS or ASA for heat resistance? Absolutely no need at all. You can just use standard PLA or PLA+. The chamber itself doesn't get hot enough to manipulate the temperature issues with PLA. So with a PLA enclosure, I've been printing ASA, ABS and nylon with my 5M series on the Lakers edition that I made. And that's made an absolute just FLASHFORGE basic PLA. And there's been absolutely no deformation at all in the actual enclosure itself, and it's been absolutely perfect. So I might pan around and show you that very soon as well in the video. We'll just pop that up like that. As you can see, what's it printing now? I think it's printing the same thing again. I'm just going to stop that because I don't want to print the same one again. That's funny. Yes, I do. I think when I reached around before, I went to print the same thing again. So this block looks very basic, okay? So it's just a square block, but actually come out really good quality. I mean, if you can see that. For a square block, you know, just done stock speed. Now, why is this important? Well, I'm actually printing a mortar round. Now, if you have a look on screen there, you'll see to the right of us, there's a Battlefield 6 barrel type shape in the center. And that has a nose cone on it, which is basically a mortar shell or a mortar round from an anti-tank or anti-aircraft weapon launcher. And that's going to be mounted to the front side panel section of the enclosure. And that's why I'm asking viewers whether I should go with the traditional camouflage of the khaki browns, greys, blacks and so forth, greens or whites, or the red, greys, light greys and blacks for a real sort of retro urban vibe. Battlefield 6 has a sort of a red vibe to it. As you can see, I've printed some oversized dog tags, and those dog tags are actually going to be mounted on the side panels of the camouflage enclosure. So with these panels, you can see right there, these dog tags, representing all the classes of the Battlefield 6 classes that you can use within the game. That's the what's that one? That's the engineering dog tag. That's the assault dog tag. All right, that's the medic dog tag, and we've got the recon dog tag. Now I've done them oversized because obviously they're going on the printer, and I want them to really pop off the side of the printer and come out on top of the camouflage. As you can see, you can print them in smaller sizes just like that, so you can have them as dog tags if you want to. And I've already pre-printed the 2 options for either the red design, Battlefield 6, as you can see, came out absolutely beautiful. And that was done on the FLASHFORGE AD5X, and as well as the brown, black and grey one, which was also done on the AD5X. So they were using the stock profiles. I do have custom profiles that I use for those who watch this live or watch it later. I'm more than happy to provide that. If you want to get exclusive information on print profiles or discounts or exclusives across many brands, including FLASHFORGE, you're more than welcome to check out the link to become a YouTube channel member. That supports the channel, helps me doing more content as well. But like I said, we'll get this off the build plate, and this mortar round that I'm printing over here has got 15 minutes to go, and once that's finished, I'm going to start the mortar shell on the AD5X, which we can start to see print and take shape. And although it's going to take about 24 hours to print, I will be doing follow-up shorts, and I will be continuing hopefully to parallel remote or appear showcasing the enclosure on Tuesday the 14th with FLASHFORGE as well via their live special final prime sale offer day with even more discounts. So jump on board with that. I'll be hopefully there, or at least in the channel, and helping them out with what they've helped me out with. So like I said, you know, it's really important to you know, help out people to help yourself. So, you know, the FLASHFORGE have been great. They haven't made me do anything or want to do anything or say anything I want to do. They've just given me the option to do whatever I want. So to me, that represents, you know, a company that retrospectively is, you know, not biased. There's a lot of biased companies out there, trust me, I know. So very fortunate for FLASHFORGE to allow me to do that, and I'll say thank you for that, especially Jessica as well from FLASHFORGE. It's been great. So anyway, what are we going to do with the camouflage? That's up to you guys. Like I said, we've got the red and black one with the mortar shells. We've got the AR-15, which I'll zoom in for you right now. It's pretty cool, to be honest. I haven't finished the coloring technique, but you can see that's pretty wild. I do like the red and black, I have to admit. So you can see the AD5X on the front. I'm going to also bring up a picture in a minute that's going to show you what the enclosure looks like. So that AD5X front plate replaces this section here, and then the LCD screen comes up and mounts on top. And then the M4 itself, I was going to put across the other side front, coming out the top, as if it was firing out the top of the enclosure where the filament is. So that was pretty cool. So you guys need to let me know whether I am going to do a traditionalized camouflaged enclosure. I am currently printing, which I'll show you very shortly. I'm currently printing 2 panels of the traditional camouflage khaki, brown and black camouflage that you can see on screen to the right. I'm printing the 2 panels that I've coordinatedly camouflaged. I haven't revealed the full panels that I have finished, just for the simple reason that I want it to be a bit of a surprise. Don't want to give away too much, because I know a lot of people out there will see this and go, oh wow, I want to do this, and they'll try and cheat me out of it. They'll try and message me and go, oh, can you send me this? But I'm not going to let you get that on me. So yeah, so that's really good. So also, like I said, the promos for Crizs 3D, you get an extra, I think it's 15% off, 10 or 15% off the Prime Amazon sales as well. Like I said, jump on those. You'll get yourself an absolute bargain. It's ridiculous, including all the accessories, hot ends, enclosures. I'm also looking at giving away, depending on how many members we get or who comments below, I'm going to pick possibly 2 to 3 people or subscribers or viewers or commenters to give away 3 YouTube memberships for a month. And what that does, that includes a weekly live Q&A to help you with any questions you may have with any of your printers, regardless of whether it's FLASHFORGE or any other brand printer you may have. Custom profiling, and also selection that I'll select of custom STL profile prints that I have myself, whatever genre you're into, whether it's workshop, cars, motorcycles, anime, animals, you know, cartoon characters, character busts, Marvel, superheroes, DC, whatever it is, doesn't matter, I've got it. I've got hundreds of thousands of designs that I've customized myself. I also recently just did the Borderlands 4. I remeshed, scanned and did a full ripper mask because the Borderlands people that uploaded their version didn't adequately do it correctly, and they left with over 3,000 mesh repair holes, which was pretty poor. So won't go too far into that. A lot of people weren't happy with that, so I went and did that. That's going to be uploaded as well. I'm going to upload that, probably if I could upload that through the FLASHFORGE channeling of whatever print upload they support, as well as other platforms like Printables and possibly Creality Cloud and a couple others as well. So that's going to be a good one as well. This enclosure here, I'm not sure where I'm going to upload it, whether I go with the traditional brown camouflage or the red and black retro look. I'm not really sure on that. I'll wait for people to comment on that. You can see there the black and red dog tags as well, as opposed to the traditional style there. So there is, you know, you can see the difference between the lava enclosure that FLASHFORGE have designed and also the camouflage design that I've designed as well and modified as well. So once I've completed that, I'll release that. I might even send it to, I actually will. I won't might, I will. I'll definitely do it. I'll send it to the FLASHFORGE marketing and tech team, and if they want to pop it on their customized site to allow people to download it for free, I'm more than happy to do that. So if people want my custom enclosure, comment below whether you think I should go with the traditional camouflage khaki or a retro red and black silver, bullet silver with, I'm doing, the red I'll be using is a specific red from FLASHFORGE. It's almost like a blood red titanium. It's called Abyssal Red. It's an excellent color, and I will show you the color in a minute. It's got literally 13 minutes until the mortar round head is finished. So I will show you that. As soon as that's done, I'm going to grab that spool of Abyssal Red, which is almost like the titanium blue but in a red. We're going to pop it on the FLASHFORGE AD5X, and we're going to print a full Battlefield 6 mortar round that's going to be part of the enclosure. So that's going to be pretty cool and pretty epic, and I'm going to time lapse the whole thing, and when it's finished tomorrow morning, I'm going to post it as a short so everyone can see the whole thing go. And from there, that's going to be mounted, once again, mounted on the front section, as well as the M4, the assault rifle, which is going to come off the back and over the top of the filament rails, so tubing. So that's going to be pretty cool. You're going to have a mortar round on the front and an M4 assault rifle coming over from where the filament shoots the multicolor down. So that's going to be pretty cool. And either the traditional silver dog tags from Battlefield 6, Assault, Engineer, Medic and Recon, or we're going to go with the traditional khaki, brown, black and silver. So pretty awesome there. Like I said, this is not an easy project for anyone. I can say that right now. If anyone thinks this is just a, you know, throw it in there and print, it is definitely not. You can paint these panels, you can print them in any color you like in a standard form, or you can stick with the basic enclosure. All the links for the enclosures, including the promo codes that I've got that give you a double stack option for any of the FLASHFORGE enclosures or printers, are in the descriptions below. Including, you'll see in the chat there, I've pinned my double stack coupon code that gives you even more off the sale. You can literally pick yourself up after the sales, $549 for an AD5X FLASHFORGE Core XY printer, $69 I think it is, Australian AUD for the enclosure. For 620 bucks, you're going to have yourself a custom, and if you download my finished custom military designed, or whatever color we go with, whether it's red and black or the traditional camouflage colors, or hey, who knows, I might choose one based on the comments. If people let's do it this way. If we get, how am I going to say this? All right, whether it's watching the live or after this live, I'll post a post up, and we'll do a vote on screen. I'll post the images of them 50% completed, because I don't want to give too much away, of whether we go the traditional camouflage or the retro red, black and grey theme. And whoever votes the most, I'll print for the enclosure to build, and then I will post both variations of traditional military camouflage, urban camouflage, AD5X enclosure, and the retro black and red theme, which is just like this here. So that's the PlayStation 5 version of the Battlefield 6 game. Okay, that's the Phantom Edition, which you get a little bag with and so on. So that's what the theme's designed on. The Battlefield 6 launch, which just launched worldwide. Very, very popular game. It's been well it's been well welcomed, I suppose, and a lot of time in the making. The reason why I jumped on board initially is because I'm an EA game playtester for Battlefield and EA games. Back in the day, I used to do a lot of gaming, and I was a playtester, so I did the alpha testing and beta testing for the game. So that made me think of, well, you know what? I've got this AD5X printer, doesn't have an enclosure, so let's do a Battlefield 6 enclosure and customize it. So like I said, choose below whether we go with the urban one. Now, as soon as this red mortar round's finished, it's so close to finishing, it's ridiculous. It looks absolutely amazing. I have to admit, this is the mortar round cone that comes off the top of the mortar. So basically it's a bullet head, and I'm printing it behind me on the Core XY printer there, just behind the FLASHFORGE A5X. And the reason why I printed it on the printer behind it is because I wanted to print the main mortar round on the AD5X, and I didn't want to print them both together, because then I would have to switch between the red and the black top and bottom, and the bottom of the mortar round is silver and black, so I didn't want to have to do that. It just makes the whole process slower. So it actually is looking very, very cool. If I could bring the camera around, which I might try to actually, let's see if we can. I'm going to bring the camera around, and well, I don't know if I want to. It's literally got a few minutes to go. Oh man, it's so close. Oh man, it's so close. Yeah, I think I'll just let it go, because I don't want to ruin this pride. It looks really cool. The red is something I've never seen before. It's like a blood red that has like a pearl through it. It's an amazing color the FLASHFORGE have produced. It's like they're burnt titanium. I'll show you that right now. So if anyone's got this color here, if you can see that on camera, that's their burnt titanium. And it's almost like a green navy blue with silver pearl through it. And that's basically what the red's like, and it's just an amazing color. That's going to be the mortar round. Now, that's finished, so as soon as that's finished, I'm going to whack that on. Now, I was going to do it in a different red. I do have another FLASHFORGE red with me, which I was going to do. Yeah, but it's a bit darker, sorry, it's a bit lighter, and I wasn't really, it's more this red here. And I didn't want the Battlefield logo being that bright. So that's why. I've also started to print the M4. Now what I've done is I sliced it in half. This is only a little test run I did of the M4. So I just sliced it in half just to see how it would go, just trying out different ways of printing it. I've still got to pull the supports off for that as well, and that's going to be mounted on the side. Trust me, when you see this enclosure for the Battlefield 6 AD5X enclosure, I kid you not, I will say this. I will, how do I say it? I will, if people don't, if I don't get 100 downloads from printables, right? If I don't get 100 downloads on the AD5X enclosure, or if I don't get 100 downloads on any platform that I upload it to within the first week that I upload this enclosure for the AD5X of FLASHFORGE for the Battlefield 6 theme enclosure, if I don't get 100 uploads for that, I will give away 6 3-month YouTube memberships for free. That's valued at, $5 a month, 3 months, $15 times 6. So do your math, that's $60. And just for shits and giggles, as we say, us Aussies, even though it's not part of the FLASHFORGE Prime sale and part of the Battlefield 6 promo, if it doesn't get 100 downloads for the enclosure, I will come back to this live, and anyone who comments on this live with something positive, whether it's choosing the traditional camouflage enclosure or the retro red and black one, I will give away, if you don't know what this is, you can look it up. I will give away a full 4 to 8 color co-print KCM multicolor print system. Now, what is that and why is it important? I'll tell you why. This is the AD5X from FLASHFORGE, which obviously you can do 4 colors with. Now, FLASHFORGE have their AD5M Pro and their 5M. Both of those printers are single color printers. Now, with a CoPrint KCM kit, which is called the CoPrint Chroma kit, you can look that up. I've got previous videos on that. You can actually install that system onto a FLASHFORGE printer and have it print multicolor. So there was a lot of questions when the FLASHFORGE AD5X came out, and a lot of questions were, can they convert the 5M or the 5M Pro from FLASHFORGE to the IFS system from FLASHFORGE with the AD5X, and unfortunately they couldn't. People were disappointed in that. So CoPrint came along and said, hey, we'll do it with our own system. So I am fortunate enough to be a partner with them, just like I've worked with FLASHFORGE, and I have a lot of kits of CoPrint, KCM CoPrints, and they are not cheap, okay? They are not cheap, and you can print up to 24 colors of those, and you can mount them on your 5M FLASHFORGE printer or a 5M Pro FLASHFORGE printer. So if you choose not to buy an AD5X and you want to get yourself a budget printer to start off with, on the prime sales from FLASHFORGE, and you don't have one, you can actually buy yourself a FLASHFORGE 5M printer or a 5M Pro with the sales from the Amazon, well, not Amazon, from the FLASHFORGE Prime sale, plus double stack my coupon below, pinned in the comments section. And then, if you're lucky, I will give away and send you a KCM 4 color to 8 color or multicolor CoPrint print set to mount and install on your 5M or 5M Pro that you buy, which I'm pretty sure right now, if we were to check the prices at FLASHFORGE, they are going at an absolute bargain price. Let's have a look. I'm going to go into FLASHFORGE right now to check it out. So let's go the 5M series, which would be a great one to upgrade to 4 color. Now, it's currently on sale for $449 with the Prime sale, AUD. Obviously, it'll be, you know, the currency exchange equivalent to the US. Prints at 600mm a second, single color only. If you buy a 5M for $449 and then double stack my code on top of that, you're potentially getting that for under $400. So that would mean that you would get, I think it's 15, either 10 or 15% off that amount, and you'll potentially be getting, yeah, so you'll be getting the 4M, you'll be getting it for around $389. So that's $379 AUD. So that's an absolute bargain. If you do buy 5M and you want multicolor and you don't think you need multicolor printing and you want to have a single color printer, I would suggest the 5M. Even the 5M Pro, if you don't want to go, if you want to go full and you don't want to have to upload anything, you don't want to have to build an enclosure, grab yourself the 5M Pro, great single color printer, prints awesome, network connectivity, Wi-Fi, the works. If you want to customize it, or you want to add a multicolor system to the 5M and you can't get yourself an AD5X, grab yourself a 5M, and if you're lucky enough, I will, not only will I, well, if you say that you've bought a 5M in the comments below, I'll actually give you a discount with link to CoPrint to buy yourself a chroma set for it, so you can turn a 5M into a multicolor printer. Or if you're lucky enough, I'll pick one of the people who do say they've bought one and I'll give it away for free. And on top of that, if this enclosure that I'm building on screen here, whether it's the red and black Battlefield 6 enclosure or the traditionalized one with the front-facing AD5X Battlefield 6 edition, the M4 assault rifle coming off the side, you got the Battlefield logos, you got the key rings, you got the dog tags, 8 assault dog tags that are going to be mounted with the assault rifle off the side. It's going to have the Battlefield logo, it's going to have the mortar round shell going off, it's going to look absolutely sick. If you are lucky enough, I might even send you, well, you'll be able to, you can actually print the actual same enclosure for the 5M that you use for the AD5X, because it's the same frame, just doesn't have the IFS with the add-on. So you can actually use the same build that I'm actually building, which is based on the Battlefield 6 military urban gaming theme, and you can use that for a 5M Pro. And if you do that and you comment below after this live, I will potentially pick someone, well, we'll pick someone, but it might be you, and I'll send you a co-print multicolor KCM kit which you can install on your 5M if you can't afford to get yourself an AD5X. Because I know that in these tough times with the economy, sometimes it can be a bit hard, and there's a lot of people out there want to get into 3D printing and they just don't have the money to do it, and I understand that. So, you know, if that's the situation you're in, comment below, let me know, and I'll help you out. So that's that for them. So, you know, that's that. Now, where are we with this bullet mortar rounds? We are so close, it's ridiculous. I want to speed it up, but I don't want to ruin the quality because it's absolutely flawless. And I want to start this mortar round on the AD5X. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to go into here, and I'm just going to set the bed temperature and get it ready, because it's nearly finished and I want to be able to get this ready and rocking. So as you can see, the AD5X is a really good system. One thing I like about the AD5X is not only the modularity of it, is you can expand it, you can put an enclosure on it. Yes, it's only 4 colors, but the way it feeds into the system, I've not had any problems. I've had people that put couplings on here because of the way it comes in and out. For me, there's no need for that. You just need to make sure that your PDF E-tubes are lined up correctly. And even when you put the enclosure in, all you need to do is put an elbow bend or just increase the size of your PDF E-tubes. That's it. And it's because sometimes they get a bit of filament in them. So if you get a larger PDF E internal diameter tube, it solves the problem. Not even, it's next to nothing. It's not even a big deal. So, you know, that's that. So we're getting this warmed up now. Now this black mount here is to mount to the mortar round so that it then can be mounted to the side rail, and it's going to come to about here. So you'll see it in a minute. It's literally just doing the fine tip of the cone, and then I'm going to load the file, which you'll see on screen in a second. I'll just jump in front of the camera and I'm going to put it in the screen. All right, so whoop, there it is there. Now I'm going to click enable. Now I'm not going to start it because I don't want to hit start until I've got that color loaded. But that is basically what we're going to do, and this is what we're printing on screen here, is this right here. That's the mortar round. Now, it is quite big. It's about that big, about that round, so it's going to take a full day. Obviously, it's going to print that. Now, I'm printing the red and black, but I'm also doing the brown. So, yeah. So, if you want to have a squiz at that, I can actually bring the camera around and we can have a look at that, actually, if you want to. Let's have a look. We'll see how we go with this camera. See the mortar round printing in there, and in here, if we've got the camera right, there we are there. So we've got that in there. Now obviously I've got printers from different brands, everyone does, because you know not every company creates every printer that you need. So just make sure we get that lined up properly again. Oh, look at that, almost perfect. So, yep, there we go. I'll just lift that up a bit. There we go, that's good, perfect. All right, so yeah, like I said, not every company makes every printer that you need. I've got another printer that I'm unveiling, which is a full production release of the Chitty's new printer, Chitty Tech's new printer. There were some other people who are reviewed on YouTube that do 3D printing reviews that reviewed the beta or the pre-production model they had issues with. I've actually got the completed printer for that, and that's an engineering grade printer. The FLASHFORGE do engineering grade printers too as well. I'm waiting to see what their new system's going to be like with their new Guider series, which I'm really psyched about as well. Their Guider 4 series is supposed to be something that's supposed to be in the works. I was advised of that some time ago. Hopefully that'll be released sometime soon, and we'll get to see that as well and review that one as well. So we're literally a couple of minutes away from the top of this cone, and then we can start the print that we want to print on with the titanium. And yeah, so how are we? What are we at? So yeah, so basically, we just need to decide what we're going to print with that. As you've seen before, when I panned around with the camera, I've got the 2 panels in multicolor for the the highest section printing already. People will say, well, why are you printing the brown and the black if you're not sure if you're going to do the red or the black and grey? Well, to be honest, you know, filament's there to be used, and if you've got it, use it. You know, like there's no point saying I've got all this filament, oh, I don't want to use it because this and that. Well, I understand people are on a budget, but sometimes you just need to say to yourself, you know what, I don't know what I want to do, and let's just print both and see which one we like. And that's how it is. As you can see behind me, I print a lot of different things in multicolor. This thing I did print as well. These little cool dudes, these little characters here, these were printed on the AD5X. These are absolutely crazy. I love them. They were printed as well. I mean, check that out. These are little flexi characters, little pterodactyls, and that came off. I did a short on that. That came off the AD5X printer. They are really cool. They're actually really cool. That was using FLASHFORGE's multicolor, and that's really cool as well. You know, their legs move and their wings, and yeah, that's really cool. So that's another one I've done. Another one of the prints I did as well was actually this Hulk, which some people may have seen, came off the FLASHFORGE printer, and that was a print of the Hulk Smash. Now, why was that important? Well, most of the bottom section here, you can see, everyone who prints this does it in resin because it's very highly detailed. It's too hard to print with an FDM printer. And I wanted to show everyone that not only can you print it with a filament printer, but also, you know, an open frame printer like the AD5X, whether you've got an enclosure or not, with the right settings, you can print it with the gears and everything, and it come out really nice. So that was also done on the AD5X. And that was done in 4 or 5 pieces, if I remember correctly, including the head. I mean, you look at the detail on the face and the teeth and the head is amazing. And that came off this machine, the AD5X. So it really is good. Very happy with that. So yeah, that's that one. So yeah, it really is cool. The quality you get out of this machine, a lot of people have said they've had problems with the IFS system, or, you know, not getting prints to stick to the bed. I'll be honest, it really comes down to settings. You know, 3D printing isn't one of those things where you can just say, oh, just going to throw some plastic filament in the printer and hit go and it prints. It doesn't work that. It's not, in a perfect world, we'd love for that to happen, but it's not going to happen. So, you know, it's not at that point yet where we can just put the key in, start it and drive off. So, but it is close, I'll give it that, with AI technology and cameras and stuff. A couple of other things you can do with the AD5X on FLASHFORGE is you can do the upgrades as well with the open frame. So you can install the HD camera, which is also on sale as far as the Prime, as part of the Prime sale. And also the extraction fan system, you can install 2 HEPA filters and the extraction fan at the back, so that when you do put the enclosure on, you've got HD camera, dual HEPA filtration filters and an exhaust fan, and also the LED light as well. And if you want to take it a step further and increase the printing speed or quality of the print again, you can actually buy yourself an auxiliary fan upgrade kit that mounts inside. So these are options you can do if you want to go all out. Obviously, you know, they haven't released an all enclosed AD5X, and that's why the enclosure's there, because it gives you the option to customize it. So that's really important. So like I said, you know, if you're gonna, you know, look at that, you know, it's a good printer for open frame. And like I'm doing the custom enclosure, they've actually got 2 enclosures on the FLASHFORGE website. One's the Alice Adventure in Wonderland, or Alice in Wonderland, or Alice of Adventures of Alice, I'm not sure which way. And that enclosure is quite detailed. It's even got the rabbit and stuff on it as well. What is it? I can't remember the name of the crazy rabbit, but anyway, the Mad Hatter, I think it is. And also you've got the lava enclosure, which I'm converting and modifying into a camo enclosure for Battlefield 6 in conjunction with building it for the AD5X. So that's that as well. So yeah, so I think we're nearly finished. What do we got? Oh, 2 minutes, 59 seconds for the mortar bullet head. And then I can start and load this up and we can get the mortar round firing. and we can get that printing as well. So that'll be really cool. Like I said, the links are in the description for the live for the Prime sale. The Prime sale I think finishes on either the 12th or the 14th. I'm not actually, sorry, not 12th because it's today. I think it finishes the 14th. I'm not sure about the US, but I know in Australia, their FLASHFORGE is going to have a live on the 14th with the last bonus sales as well. And hopefully I'll have more of this enclosure finished and I can do a reveal of that enclosure for that as well. And people will get to see the enclosure at least half built and majority of the most of it done so they can see it. I will have the full design completed at least, so that I might be able to work with FLASHFORGE and upload onto their platform if they want to. I dare say it will be very popular. No one's done an enclosure like this before, not for an open frame printer. I know that for sure. I've looked many times. Otherwise I wouldn't have had to design it myself. So there you go. Even the other printers with the BL printers, they don't have military or gaming inspired custom enclosures. Why? Because it's a lot of work. It is really a lot of work. I'm not a professional designer, but I've gone out of my way to learn, and it takes a lot of work. So I've incorporated a couple of pieces from the community as well. The mortar round is a community piece from printables that I've slightly tweaked and modified. Dog tags as well, I've modified and made them look more realistic. And everything else has been modified from the Lava AD5X enclosure that FLASHFORGE have on their wiki page. So if you look up FLASHFORGE wiki AD5X enclosure, it'll actually bring up the custom enclosure there. And who knows, maybe in a couple of weeks time, you'll find the Battlefield 6 military inspired enclosure for the AD5X, either in traditional khaki, brown, grey, black, green and white, or the retro style black, red, grey, or black, red and silver and white. So that's that. So this is just about finished. We have 1 minute and 2 seconds left, and I'm going to show you the red on that. It's pretty crazy, and then we can finally get it started on here. I know people are saying to me, why wouldn't you get this color? I actually didn't pick this color. I didn't know I was getting this red color. FLASHFORGE said to me, what color do you need for your enclosure? And I said, oh, I need red, gray, brown, dark gray, light gray, black. And then I think it was a bit of a conversation as to what's with the red or the grey, and it's because I wasn't sure what I was doing, and then they sent me this red, and I was like, that's not the red I was going for, but yeah, it's different. And sure enough, it's wild. It's a really cool red. It's almost like a silk, like I said, like the titanium, which is really cool. But yeah, so I'm just counting down the seconds so we can pop it off the build plate. I wanted this done earlier, but it's just one of those things. You can never get things to go on time perfectly. And it's just unfortunate how it is. But yeah, like I said, if you do want to get one of these AD5Xs or any of these printers, or even if you want to keep a lookout for the enclosure, I'm going to do a live update every week on this enclosure. And then once it's completed, I'll upload the Battlefield 6. And you know what? You don't even have to put the Battlefield 6 logos on it. So basically on the front plate, I'm looking to do these little key rings here. So these key rings here that I've done earlier, that I'll send out to members as well. I'm doing something similar to that, and it's going to be pretty much like that. Now it's not going to be mounted to the frame, because there's actually, you'll see on the right hand side here on the screen, there's a face plate with the AD5X there on the right bottom left that mounts to the front as part of the enclosure, and the LCD screen goes on top, and then that Battlefield badge will go on top of there, and that'll be like the AD5X Battlefield 6 edition. So that's pretty cool. If you don't want to have the Battlefield 6 logos on it, you don't have to. You can just print the urban enclosure, military camouflage enclosure, and not have the Battlefield 6 logos and emblems on there, because the emblems will be magnetized to the actual enclosure. So I've made them so they are removable, so that when you mount either the red and black or the brown traditional, or even the dog tags themselves. So as you can see, the different dog tags as well that are going to be part of the enclosure, they're going to be magnetized. So if you don't want to have the Battlefield 6 genre or vibe, and you just want to go with that military or, you know, army sort of whatever, and you could even change it to an urban environment. You could make it sort of look like the colors of the Air Force with the, or you know, the blue, gray and white and black if you want to. The 3MF file that I will be uploading is modifiable, so you can switch the colors out if you want to, like I have with the red, black and gray and silver, or I've done the brown, grey, white and black. So it's entirely up to yourself. Oh, there we go, the bullet head's finished. This looks absolutely sick. Now we can start the, this looks crazy. Let me just up this, let me get this out. This looks nuts. All right. Whoop, pop. All right, this is cool. All right, let me just get the stringing off. I always like to give them a brush. This is really cool. Bit of the behind the scenes action right here. Little tips and tricks that I do. A lot of people get knives and stuff, but I've got my own little tricks. If you want me to post a little video on tips and tricks on how to clean up your prints and make them look really good, post a comment below, even if it's after this live, and I'll look into doing it for you. Just get this off now. Got the inner there we go. I'm going to get my, not revealing it just yet, just hold up. Get my deburrer tool out here, run it around the lip, and make it look nice and beautiful, as they say. And same on the outside. Oh, there we go, bip, bip. Bippity, bip, bip, bip. When you see this colour, it looks amazing in the light. I might even try and shine it under the light because it really does look really, really good. The hardest thing is trying to put, now I didn't want to put a brim on this because it was a real pain, because it being circular, it just didn't really want to gel with the whole brim. So it's a bit of a pain, but I'll have it done in a second. I'll just sort of skiff it a little bit, that's better. There we go, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so give me a second here. I'm gonna just clean this up. Get this looking nice. Now, sometimes I'll just put a bit of sandpaper on this. Sometimes I'll just use the deburrer tool. It really depends. I left this to make it look really good, and then I'll just hit it with a little tool. That's looking pretty good. And that's actually looking really good, actually. All right, give that a bit of a blowout. Grab a little sanding knife, just got a little bit in there I just want to get rid of. And we're done and dusted. And all right, get our little gas tool wherever we are. Where are we, Mr. Gas Tool? Where are we? Doesn't matter, I'll fix it up later. But basically, we can now take this out. And this is the red I'm talking about. This is the coolest red that any Cubic have actually released. It's absolutely sick. I love it. Let's fix that up there. Just pop the cap off that, that's all right, fix it up later. So we're gonna pop this on here. Look at that. That is amazing color, FLASHFORGE red. That is called, sorry, it's not Abyssal, it's called High Speed Aurora Red. And it's like a metallic, you can see that there. That is the coolest red. It's got a silver reflect through it, and it's absolutely sick. I love it. Pardon the slang. Got a bit of a throaty thing going on, I don't know why, but. All right, so we'll just pop this in here, load this in, and then we can start our print. One thing I love about the IFS with the ADX is it automatically loads. I don't have to touch anything. I really love that. So, look at that, that's kind of amazing. Look at that. That's really nice. The color, just the color is really cool. I don't know how well you can see that color. It's just an amazing color. So that's going to be the top of the mortar round that we're going to print now on screen. That we can start. And where are we? We'll have to come around again, make sure that's started. Enable IFS. Yes, and I think it's number 1. Let me just check. Yep, sure is. Number 1. And we want to print go. Go, go, printer, go. Away we go. So this is going to start now. We're going to start printing the mortar round. Now I'll time lapse this and this will be ready by tomorrow morning. That's going to look really sick. So you can imagine like what's on screen, the red and the black, the mortar round here, which you can see here, through here. And then you've got the AR-15, which is absolutely insane. I'll just get rid of the prime tower so we can see them better. There we go. So you can see that there. That looks absolutely crazy cool. And you got the M4 as well. I'm going to redo that in red and black. So yeah, it's going to look crazy. You got the retro colors there. Or do we want to go with this one here? That's the question. What do we want to do? Do we want to go the traditional camouflage, brown, grey, black with a bit of green or white? Or do we want to go with that really, really hardcore, you know, it almost looks, you know, on the pinnacle, you could say, of the top end of Battlefield 6 or COD theme, but it's really retro with the blood red and black. Like I said, doing the enclosure for the AD5X for the FLASHFORGE. Promos in the description if you want to pick up the absolute bargain for a multicolor printer. In the description, you can double stack my code. Crizs 3D, you can get yourself 15% off or 10 to 15% off. And you can grab yourself an AD5X for the cheapest price you'll ever get one, ever. So, pretty good price. You've got the mortar round that's going to be mounted here. We're going to be printing that right now on the AD5X. That's going to be time lapsed. We're going to have an M4 assault rifle coming off the top, Battlefield 6 logos on the side, dog tags on the side, limited edition tags on the front facing panel. It's going to be wild. Obviously a lot of people are probably going to see this live afterwards. Comment below. I really want to hear the comments whether we should keep going with the red and black. You seen me pan around earlier with the other printer there, with the traditional panels I was doing with the brown. You know what, I'm on the fence. I'm seeing all this red. I'm seeing this awesome Aurora red from FLASHFORGE, which is just, I don't know, I love it. It looks, I mean, you can see it here. It just looks like blood, and it's got that silver speckle through it. You know what I mean? And it just pops. I mean, if you compare that to the other red, you know, it's just, yeah, it's one of the coolest reds I've seen. So, or like I said, we can go with the brown. So that's, you know, that's another thing too. They've got the brown, the PLA brown from PLA Pro from FLASHFORGE once again. Awesome filament. You know, so it's either here or there. What do we do? What do we do? I know what I'll be doing later, and that is I'll be making sure that every single printer I've got in this whole studio and in my workshop is printing these enclosures non-stop until it's finished, and I'll be playing some Battlefield 6. I don't play video games very much, but I don't at all really. I used to play them a lot, but I don't play them much anymore. But I can't help myself with this one. I've got to get into it, have some dinner with the kids and wife, and then I'll be playing the Battlefield 6 game. But yeah, comment below. Like I said, we're going to be time-lapse printing this now. When I end this live, I'm probably going to keep the camera running on the FLASHFORGE 5X just to completely get two camera angles. I'm going to have the HD camera running for the time-lapse video that I'll upload into a short for the mortar shell. that when it's finished will basically mount onto the top of the mortar shell, which is going to look absolutely sick. Absolutely awesome for people who don't understand the Aussie lingo. Not sick as in I'm feeling sick, but sick as in cool. Yeah, then we'll probably get to work on the M4 assault rifle. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with the red and black, the tan and black, or just black or tan for that matter. But yeah, I really need some input on this one. So after the live, comment below, tell me what you want me to do with the colors. Like I said, whether I go with the red and black or the traditional camouflage, I'll reach out to FLASHFORGE, and I know they already think it's pretty cool. I was speaking to one of the FLASHFORGE reps, and I posted a little bit of a teaser to them, and they were just like, wow, that is so cool. So hopefully by that means they're probably going to be pretty blown away and impressed. So hopefully we'll be seeing it on their FLASHFORGE website for everyone to download if they want to do it. Or even if you want to download it and print it in single color and then paint it yourself, that's entirely up to yourself, but choice is yours. But basically all the components will be there. You'll have the M4 assault rifle, the Battlefield 6 logos if you want to use them, that is. You don't have to have them on the enclosure if you don't want to. The enclosure will be up here. Like I said, the screen actually gets shifted upwards. You have a feed plate coming through the side. I'll also have adapters as well, because some people have found through the side plate. So this side plate here, which I'll open the box and show you, that's the enclosure there. So you can see that. That's the enclosure there on screen. Now you can see how that gets put together, and basically this, where is it? The opposite side here. So this side here, that side there is where the camouflage is going to be, with the assault rifle coming out over the top, and then the mortar round off to the side. And then over here we're going to have the dog tags, and then down here as well we'll probably have the mortar round, and then this gets lifted up and up to here. And this slot here, where these actually feed through the top of this piece of Perspex, which I'll just grab out now, they actually fit through there. So these actually go like that, and they go through that hole. And what happens is, some people have said that it bends the tubes too much, so I'm going to actually have an elbow fitting for that you can actually print and pop your, to feed your PDFE tubes through, so that you don't have to worry about buying couplings and things like that. For the people who are concerned about that, you don't have to go out and buy any PDFE tube connectors. So that'll be included as well. Like I said, the AD5X enclosure is actually very cheap at the moment. I've actually thought about using a laser that I've got behind me, and possibly even using the clear panels for the front, and then, the rear, and maybe doing some colored panels for the front. I'm not sure yet, but that's neither here or there. That's just optional. I can do that myself. But for everyone else, like I said, this has actually started, so we're on fire, we're up and running. We're doing the prime block now for the mortar round, which is really cool. I'm going to sit this here, and hopefully it doesn't fall off, because that's cool. I like it. It's really cool. So it looks like, I don't know, it looks like does it look like on camera? It looks like the peak of a tower on a castle. Actually looks really cool. But anyway, so that's going to be the mortar round. It's going to be mounted here. And then the mortar round's going to be there with the Battlefield 6, so that's going to be cool. And then, like I said, the M4 up the top and the dog tags and stuff, so that's really cool. So, like I said, yeah, if you've liked anything in today's stream, let me know. If you want to know anything about any custom profiles, or you're interested in joining up, check out the YouTube membership, link below as well. You can get the membership pack for as little as $2.99 a month, and that'll give you access. You can DM me anytime, and I'll help you out with any printer you like, whether it's Orca FlashForge, Orca Slicer, and all the other slicers out there. I've used them all. I do use them all because I've got lots of different printers. and I do custom profiling. I literally studied not only the original Cura and Prusa, but back in the day, but I studied all the settings, not just what they say they do, what they actually do, and there's a big difference. So I spent probably about almost 2 years when I first started printing, just studying printer profiles, just so that I could, because I got sick and tired of having different filaments and different printers react differently. So I literally studied the settings to the point where now I can literally go into a printer setting, slicer, any slicer, and change every setting and know exactly how it's going to respond. So the only time I have problems is when I have the printer actually mechanically malfunction. So yeah, most people who get a printer don't do that. I just had a lot of time on my hands at the time, so I decided I wanted to be a professional at profiling and getting the best quality prints that I could get. And especially because some of the prints I do, and in the future I'll be customizing for engineering grade prototyping for motorcycle components as well, for custom components as well for that. So that's one of those reasons. But as you can see, the profile that I got, that's my profile there. Most cones you won't get that much detail. You'll have more layer issues, but you can see there. Now the only thing I didn't do with this one is I didn't do contour and hole on the seam, so I didn't do the Z seam hide. So what I did is I just used the normal seam because it sits at the rear. You won't see it, so I didn't do that. But apart from that, yeah, that's the only difference between that. It's up to you whether you want to have the seam there or no seam. It's entirely up to yourself. But that black block that we used at the start of the video that we were printing on the FLASHFORGE, what's going to happen is that's going to be mounted to the mortar round, and that's going to be used to mount to the side of the FLASHFORGE enclosure once I print the side panel. So that's what that's for. And it's got some little holes inside there that'll be mounting to the actual mortar round. So that's what that's going to do. It's on screensaver mode. It's just printing now. So what have we got? We've got still got a long ways to go, obviously. It's just priming itself. I don't want to speed it up because yeah, I'd rather it work perfectly. I always do at least 3 slow layers before I speed it up, sorry, in the profile settings before I start it. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to time lapse this mortar round. You'll see it in a short, probably tomorrow evening. You'll see a short, if you jump on the channel, you'll see the short of the mortar round time lapse and it finished. And that'll be screwed together with this bullet cap mortar round cap end. I'll also have the side panels completed by then as well, so I'll probably throw them in as well and do a bit of a short preview. And from here on out, round the clock, I'll be printing the rest of the enclosure over the next few days into the rest of the week. This is obviously part 1 of the military-inspired Battlefield 6 FLASHFORGE AD5X enclosure build. Part 1 of part 3 series. I may or may not be, I possibly might be on the FLASHFORGE live on August the 14th, which will be Tuesday. So check out the channel for that, and especially for the last hours of the Prime FLASHFORGE sale. Like I said, if you double stack my code on top of the Prime sale code, you can get yourself a really good bargain there. So that's a really awesome deal. Links in the description for that, codes on the live for that as well. Comment below whether you want whether you think the urban traditional camouflage is a better option, or whether you reckon the red and black retro theme is the better option. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually thinking about going the red and black instead of the brown, grey and black. I just think it looks wild. It just pops. So yeah, I haven't done a red and black theme printer before, so not like that anyway, not with the camouflage military style. So yeah, check it out. I know this live wasn't as much as what I wanted to. Had some technical difficulties with issues with prints and networks and stuff when I was going to do this live on Thursday afternoon. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so we're here today. So apologies to those people who missed out on that one. If you're rewatching this live now, apologies for that. I'll make sure that doesn't happen in the future. We've got it all set up and ironed out now, so that should be good. But yeah, so like this, like the channel. If you like it that much, hype it. Check out the Amazon. If you check out the Prime sales, get yourself a double stack discount on any of the 5 series printers from FLASHFORGE, or accessories if you like. Stay tuned on the channel for the completion and the shorts of the military-inspired enclosure for the AD5X along with Battlefield 6. Like I said, you can build it yourself. When it's finished, I'll upload it to a couple of platforms and post it on my YouTube channel. And if you're lucky, it might even be on the FLASHFORGE wiki page of custom enclosures for them if they want to as well. So with that said, let's leave this print. We've got the other printer printing. I'm going to get the other printers fired up behind me. I've got so much more Battlefield stuff to print. I'll also be live streaming later tonight and tomorrow on Battlefield 6, and I'll be live streaming Battlefield 6, playing the game with the FLASHFORGE AD5X, printing more Battlefield 6 enclosure components on the live stream. So that's pretty cool as well. So check out that. Probably tomorrow I'll do that. I'll probably go have a break tonight. So check out that tomorrow, 5 p.m. Well, actually not 5 p.m. 12 p.m. Eastern times. Whatever that works out to be. I think it's plus GMT plus 11. However that works in the world time zones. GMT plus 11 and 12 p.m. Midday Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'll be streaming Battlefield 6 with the FLASHFORGE, either finish the Battlefield 6 mortar round, or I'll be printing another component, more than likely the front face plate for the mounting screen as well. So like I said, like, hype, comment, subscribe. If you've got anything to say, if you watch this after this live's finished, tell me which one you prefer, which one you'd like to see. Anyone who doesn't get an AD5X and has the 5 series or wants to buy a 5M series, remember you can still get a multicolor printer with the co-print chroma set. If you're lucky, I'll choose someone down below. When this is finished, if this doesn't get 100 downloads, I'm that confident it's going to look that cool. If this doesn't get 100 downloads in the first week, I will give away a full chroma set to someone who's got a 5M series printer who wants to convert it to a multicolor printer for free. So don't miss that opportunity, because that's worth like $500–600. So yeah, make sure you jump onto that one. Keep an eye out, and I'll be letting people know the links for the upload of this enclosure when it's finished, so you can track whether it gets 100 uploads in the first week and be the first to comment on the channel on the showcase of when this is completed, and the first to comment on the channel for when this is completed on the showcase who has a 5M series printer will get that co-print chroma KCM kit, and I will honor and guarantee. Also be on the lookout for the people who comment below after this stream. Like and subscribe and hit that hype button. If you're lucky enough, I'll choose 3 people to give a membership away for free for anywhere between 1 to 3 months. I'll choose ladder between the 3 that I choose from. So yeah, like, hype, comment, subscribe below. If you're interested in anything else you want to see from the channel, let me know. Happy to oblige. Check out the live for FLASHFORGE on the 14th. We've got more content coming up next week with a couple other printers we're doing, some engineering grade printers for those interested in engineering grade filament, whether it's nylon and all that other stuff as well. Yeah, check out that. Keep an eye on the channel. I'm Chris. We're going to finish this live up. I'm going to go and stream some Battlefield 6. We're going to be live tomorrow with a Battlefield 6 printer, printing some more Battlefield 6 enclosure stuff live on YouTube and Twitch tomorrow midday